YouTube, welcome back to the channel. It's your trades, it's another week of money, another closing of a month. It's been a good overall trend. So before I start this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Really do appreciate everybody coming to the channel, watching and supporting me in my journey, and me helping you guys with a little bit of insight of what we might expect for this month. So we're going to start off with the US dollar index, the DXY. So let me just put off one of my indicators right here. So currently this is what we're working with. So this is the month of May. You guys can see that we did close a down close candle. So the overall trend looks bearish in my opinion. I see a lot of bearish movements, and the minds, as they said, we might be selling in May, people said. So let's go from the monthly. So we did close this month really low from an open of 104.080. Now we're on the low. So let's go into the weekly and see what we have. So the weekly, I don't see any fair value gaps that we might be reversing into, but I am looking at the sell side. My eyes are focusing on this because we might take out this external range and probably trade into an internal range again. But on the weekly, there's no fair value gaps that we see because this one was violated, the one that I was talking about last week. This one was violated because I was thinking that we might retrace from this and probably take out this buy sign on top. But it looks like we're reversing from the monthly candle. Guys, look at this monthly fair value. We did come in once, traded back down. We didn't even take out the sell side, traded back in. The market is showing signs of selling weakness, and really makes you think of like what the market might do next. It might top his hand in a sense, it might not. So let's go on the daily. On the daily chart, we have this one fair value gap right here. We did trade past it, and then now we're reversing a little bit. So it could be possible that we even come to the sell side right here. Anything is possible. I might see us checking out either this low here or this one, but my eyes are focused on the one that's currently here because this is the only sign of reversal I would see. I would expect that the market take out the sell side, maybe open of June, trade low, open up a little bit higher with the first week, and then we retrace second week, and then buy a little bit higher. So that is my bias that I'm waiting for pretty much. Let's go on the 4 hour. So today, let me just mark out today's price action. So it's probably from here. On the daily, we have two gaps, possible gaps that we might retrace. So if I do, let me just make this a little bit lighter. If I do look at this one here, this is our first fair value here. Let's just make it a different color. We have our first one right there, and then we have our second one on the top. So the possibility that we can either retrace from this one or this one is pretty high. I do expect people like trading into this one and seeing a bearish momentum forming, come a little bit up again, and then move a little bit lower. So that's my bias for DXY. I'm not expecting some retracements off of the dollar. So let's get into NAS100. So let's go on the monthly. Coming in at NAS100, US100 as they say. On the monthly, we did retrace off of this fair value, which is pretty interesting. This was a nice trade that we see. The market did reverse into it. Fun fact, I didn't actually analyze NAS100 the time I was making my previous weekly breakdown, but this fair value got violated. This one was respected heavily. On the monthly, we see retracements. On the weekly, look at this beautiful price action right there. So on the monthly, we saw this retracement from this fair value, and we took out the external range liquidity. I do expect maybe if the market does tip its hand and showing us that it might not trade a little bit lower anymore, and probably take out maybe this low of this previous week. I don't know if we will trade into this weekly fair value gap. It might be possible with the DXY trading actually downwards. If this retrace here, we might see a little push a little bit upwards as the dollar index will sell. So my bias will be here, we're buying bullish on the weekly chart. On the daily, we have a strong open for the week. We might take out this sell side right here and see maybe like a market structure shift, because we have a economical event on Tuesday. I'm not sure. I think it will be unemployment claims, and after that we'll probably see some nice volume. I have a market structure shift, trade a little bit downwards, and then retrace into this fair value on the weekly. So that's my bias for NAS100. I'm expecting higher prices, probably taking out this 1900 level, because the market is very eager to take out that price right there. So we might even take that out, see another retracement probably in June. If we do not continue high in June or in July, we might sell even for the next coming months. So but the overall trend was nice. We saw nice bullish weeks, bullish days, even the whole month of May. Market did retrace off of a few fair value gaps. This one right here, there was a gap here, but it took out this buy side and retraced from that, showed a little bit higher, and now we might see sell side being taken out, possibly touching the 1900 level, retracing back into the 18,500 level, probably right there, and then we might see some bullish momentum moving off of that. So we will see what happens though. I'm very eager with this one. I might even start trading it myself, because I did scalp NAS back in the day. But yeah, that's my outlook for NAS. So let's hop on to US30. Coming in on US30, you guys can see same thing that we're seeing on NAS100. We did see this high being a little bit touched on this month of May. We got a nice open for bullish momentum. I'm expecting the same thing. I want to see the sell side being violated on the monthly. So we did not actually trade into this monthly fair value gap. Market was a little bit close, but I didn't actually trade back into that fair value. On the weekly, we saw last week's price action. We did actually sweep. It wasn't a sweep, it was just like a small liquidity grab right here. We got a fair value gap on the weekly. We might actually reverse off of this and then buy the same thing that NAS is doing. But if NAS is buying high, taking out the sell side and retracing, we want to see US30 buy a little bit up. So that is the bias. Currently now we're on 3900. We might see unemployment claims skyrocket and then NAS tipping his hand for some sell. So there will be a nice opener for this week and ending the month of May. In the daily chart, we have this fair value gap that we trade into. We're on the midline currently. We could see some buys. There's a nice big imbalance here. If this doesn't actually hold up and we trade past this, that would be so good. That's all I'm expecting. If we don't trade off of this, but the weekly would hold more up than the daily. So we'll see what happens. My bias here, we did trade into this. We might trade a little bit higher, retrace, trade higher and taking out that high. As NAS is selling, as NAS is going to go down, we're going to go up and take out this buy side, and then the tables will turn eventually. So let's hop on to some currencies. I'm going to analyze 3 currencies only. It's going to be GBPUSD, EURUSD, and I'm going to probably analyze USDJPY or USDCAD. So let's go to Forex charts right now. So we're currently on GBPUSD. As you guys can see, the monthly is looking pretty nice. We did retrace off of this monthly fair value, although the market did trade past it, sweeping a lot of buyers and some sellers with this downward move. Some sellers made money, but then some people were selling within this fair value gap and got taken out. And then the market did reverse for last week. So buyers here, we already trade off this fair value gap. We don't need that one no more. Let's go on the weekly. Weekly, I say the same thing. We have 2 fair value gaps currently. We have the one inside this internal range, right here. I'll make this a buy side. We did take out this buy side here with this last week's candle. We might even retrace off of this internal range right here and see some bullish momentum. So as the dollar index, if it buys up into the daily fair value gap, I want to see at least like some sort of sells trading back into this weekly imbalance. So I hope that if unemployment claims, if it is positive and it spikes us into this, I might even put my limit order right here on 1.26733 and then probably buy higher. And then I probably won't put my entry on the top. I'll probably wait for some type of confirmation and then trade higher to take out this buy side liquidity on 1.8940. It's my bias on GBPUSD. It's going to daily. So they did open up a little bit nicely. We did see some bullish momentum, but it's only Mondays. We probably just wait for the market to do its thing. So Tuesday, if we don't retrace off of this order block right here, I might even wait for some certain confirmation. We might even sell beforehand, and if we do take out this high, it looks a little bit far, but 2835, we might even take out that buy firstly, and then we see some type of reversals and trade into this fair value gap and trade higher. So we'll probably just wait and see what the market offers. I'm not expecting a big move, but if it doesn't retrace or take out this buy side first, I do expect trading back into internal range liquidity, taking out this externals here, and seeing some nice market movements for GBPUSD. Coming in on the monthly for EURUSD, we did see the market trade into this fair value. This was a nice monthly fair value gap that we saw. Nice retracement, traded higher. This was a nice entry, and then we traded back from that high, traded back into this fair value gap area. On the monthly, there's not really any type of plays that we can make, but on the weekly we might see otherwise. Coming in on the weekly chart, we did take out the same buy side that we see on GBPUSD. We also made some nice displacement to the hype to the upside, taking out this buy side right here. Last week did close up with a bearish candle. I do expect maybe taking out this lows of this and probably trading into the buy side on top, because we did make another external range liquidity right there. We do see these highs probably being a nice vantage point for some of our traders, and this nice weekly fair value gap, I do expect the same movements to see, probably like the Tuesday open tomorrow, see some sales coming in and probably reversing off of this. On the daily, we had two fair value gaps. We had this one, didn't really held up, did retrace a little bit, this one get demolished. Then we saw another fair value gap right here. I'll make this one a different color. I'll make it dark blue. So we did retrace off of this one. Was a nice move. So there was some nice movements. If you guys look at this high right here, we did take out that high and then see a nice bullish momentum, traded back into this imbalance. Market day 33. We don't see anything on the daily chart. We don't see any fair value gaps that we might retrace off of now. So my bias is neutral on EURUSD. I might even buy a sell, but I'm just gonna wait for some confirmation, some context behind this whole currency. But we'll wait and see what the market offered to us. Coming in at USDJPY, the month was pretty bad, I should say. This candle was a nice week into something, probably like a weekly fair value gap, nice retracement. I don't really know what to say about the monthly on USDJPY. Looks pretty bad, but let's go on to the weekly. We did see some fair value gaps here. The market did retrace off of a few. There was one currently there. There was another one on top of that. This one was more viable for confirmation of entries because we did take out this buy side. This was the first candle to make the imbalance. The market did trade higher, and then for the past 4 weeks ago, we did actually trade up, take out this new high, to retrace the same week into this fair value gap. I think this was the week of NFP, probably traded in back into this weekly fair value gap, weekly imbalance. We see some retracements here, and then the following week after that, I think this was the first week of the month of May, first Monday of May. We did retrace off this nicely, trade a little bit higher. Context for this would be as well, I want to see probably this high being taken out. It's looking very, very clean up there. Some nice sells that we could see coming from that level. 160, 209 looks pretty much good for me. Let's go back to the daily chart. There's not really anything I should highlight here. There's no fair value gaps that we see, no possible retracements. There was another imbalance here. We did trade into that, trade a little bit higher. And yeah, for USDJPY, nah, I'm not gonna touch this one for now. I think I'm gonna leave this one out. And I think the next thing that I'm gonna focus on is gonna be gold. So let's hop onto gold. Coming in at gold is looking very interesting these days. We did see this buy side being taken. This was a nasty sweep. We did see this buy side being taken, making an all-time high. Market was pretty bullish for gold, I must say. This past 2 months was very, very bullish. Had a massive month on March. April we did trade high, make a new high, retraced a little bit. May we did take out that high for the previous month. Now we're retracing. Could be possible that if the next month opens, we might even see a retracement into this fair value gap right here. This is gonna be my eyes. If you don't trade in this and buy higher, we might violate this fair value gap and see possibly a market structure shift with the DXY doing its thing. If it does be bad, if it has to be bearish for the unemployment claims or for the next opening month, we might see higher prices for gold. So let's hop on the weekly. You guys can see this fair value gap is still clean right here. There was another weekly imbalance right here. We did trade into that last week. Not last week, this was 4 weeks ago. Traded back into that, trade a little bit higher, and then we did take out this buy side for April on the 8th. Was a nice trade. The weekly, we don't see any concept or any ideas for trading. On the daily whatsoever, we have been bearish for last week. Say majority of the last week. We see a nice market structure shift happening here. A nice fair value gap. We might even trade into this with unemployment claims and sell. I don't know what to say, but I'll probably just keep my eye on it. Probably on this 2,400 level, my eyes would probably be focused on that. If not, then 2,350 by any chance would be okay. This is very low. Say maybe 380, 390 level. I want to see some retracements off of this for gold. Probably trade a little bit lower, taking out this low right here, $6 range, and probably reversing in. If there's another fair value gap that's going to be situated here somewhere, trade back in and go for the monthly imbalance for May. So that was the full breakdown for the market breakdown. If you guys really like the video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. If there's anything that you guys need, any trading ideas, if it has to be some signals here and there, make sure you guys join the Telegram channel. I will be updating frequently. I will be sending trades here and there if I see any setups playing out, and I hope to see you guys in the next following week. I'll probably break down what's gonna happen on the next event for Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm not sure. But I hope you guys have a good one. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you guys didn't join yet, join the Telegram channel. I will drop some gems in there, so make sure you guys get yourselves into that. And I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.